Dear students, I myself, Nanda Sabarnar Madam, is going to teach you all engineering mathematics subject. In that, the very first chapter is matrices and determinants. So the matrices, it is very useful topic through which we can study many more things very easily. For the calculation purpose, it is very much essential. So let us know what is matrix in the form of definition. So the matrix is arrangement of elements or numbers into horizontal array, that is a row, and vertical array, that is column. So this is a matrix. By example, if the point is very clear, let us consider the example. In a college, there are 25 boys and 10 girls in electrical department and 30 boys and 10 girls in a mechatronics department. Then we can write the matrix of this as 25 boys and 10 girls, and it is of a electrical department, 25 boys and 10 girls, and of mechatronics department, 30 boys and 10 girls. So by this we can understand the horizontally it is total strength of the one department, and similarly horizontally total strength of another department. Vertically if you go, the total strength of the boys and similarly total strength of the girls. We can calculate easily by entering this data in this format called as a matrix. Okay, this is a matrix arrangement we can do using the data given in your hand. That is further application you will be understanding in next classes. So let us go for more things. Let us know more things about the matrices, order, and what are the different types of matrices and all. Yes, now we are going to understand about the order of the matrix. What is the order of the matrix? If in a matrix there are m rows and n columns, n number of columns, then the order of the matrix is said to be m into n, or m cross n, or m by n also we say. That is, in short we write order of the matrix is equal to number of rows into number of columns. Example, if A is a matrix A, B, C, D, E, F, in which there are 2 rows and 3 columns. These are 2 rows and 3 columns. So then order of the matrix A is equal to 2 cross 3, 2 by 3 we say. In short we write it as OA. O is order of the matrix A is equal to 2 cross 3. Then order of the matrix is written as OA, where O is order of the matrix A. So this is how we have to understand the order of the matrix. Let us take more example on this. Yes. Now here are the few more examples on the order of the matrix to understand. So that is our examples. In second example I mean here, A is given by only it is 2. Then how many number of rows and how many number of columns are there in this matrix? So if you see only one element, so it is in the first row and it is in the first column. Only one element, one column. Therefore, the order of the matrix is 1 by 1, and it is written in the format of the matrix below here. That is 1 cross 1. You should write always the order here at the bottom of the matrix. Order of the matrix like this. Next example, in this you are seeing is given by the 2 rows and 2 columns. 2 rows and 2 columns. Therefore, the order here is 2 by 2. 2 by 2. So you should write here 2 by 2 order of the matrix. Next is you are seeing in this example 1 row and 3 columns. First column, second column, and third column. So 1 row, 3 columns. The order is 1 row, 3 columns. So 1 cross 3, 1 by 3. In this example, we are seeing how many rows and how many columns? Rows are first row, second row, third row, fourth row. So it is not indicating the rows here, the elements they are, but the row here is first row, second row, third row and fourth row. 4 rows are there. 4 rows are there. How many columns? Only 1 column is there. So 1 column. So order is 4 by 1. 4 by 1. This is the order of the matrix. So for an indication I am writing here, these are the rows R1 and R2 for to understand. So these are the columns C1 and C2. 1 remains first column, 2 remains second column, like that. 1 remains first row, 2 indicates it is second column. It should be always in mind, should not write in the while solving the problems. Okay, for your understanding I am writing here. So in this example here, it is very easy. How many rows and how many columns? There are 1, 2 and 3 rows. 1, 2 and 3 columns. So order is 3 by 3. 3 by 3. So order of the matrix here is 3 by 3. So it is square matrix also you can like that you say. Next we will understand about the types of matrix. There will be in detail understanding about square matrix. Order of the matrix, how to write, how to understand. Okay. Yes, now we are going to understand about the types of matrices. The first one is row matrix. What is row matrix? If in a matrix there is only one row, then it is called as a row matrix. For example, so this is a matrix having written like this A, B, C, D. So in this you are seeing only one row is there. Number of columns are 4 columns are there. That do not matter how many rows are there. Suppose there is only one row, then we say it as a row matrix. It is called as a row matrix. If by closing your eyes you can say, anybody says one row, then it is a row matrix you can answer. Okay, let us go for another type of matrix. So another example, let us take. So in this matrix, if you are having the elements like this 1, -1, 2, 0, then this is also a row matrix. Okay, so only one row is there. Therefore, it is called as a row matrix. Okay, so let us go for another one, that is a column matrix. What is column matrix? If in a matrix there is only one column, then it is called as a column matrix. It is called as a column matrix. Column matrix. For example, if you take A as a matrix written as A, B, then how many rows and how many columns are there? There are 2 rows and 1 column. So we are not bothering about how many rows are there. Columns, if it is 1, then we can immediately should answer it as a column matrix. It is a column matrix. Let us take another example. If A is equals to matrix given by 1, 0, -3. In this you are saying again only one column. Therefore it is a column matrix. So like this, only one column matrix, only one row matrix. We can understand by the number of rows and column what type matrix it is. Okay. Yes. Now we are going to understand next type of matrix, that is zero matrix. What is zero matrix? If in a matrix all the elements of are 0 or equal to 0, then it is called as a zero matrix. Example, if A is equal to 0, or in another example today, A is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. Of another example, A is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. Any type of a matrix, order matrix, if all the elements in the matrix are 0, then it is called as a zero matrix. It is 1 by 1 order, 2 by 2 order, it is 2 by 3 order. You are saying all the elements in all the matrices are 0, therefore each matrix are zero matrix. Next one is fourth type of matrix, scalar matrix. Very important type of matrix, it is scalar matrix. Square matrix, sorry, it is not scalar, it is a square matrix. Square matrix. if number of rows is equals to number of columns, if in a matrix number of rows equals to number of columns, then it is called as a square matrix. Then it is called as a square matrix. Square matrix. So, for example, if you take it as A as 1, 2, 3 minus 1. Here you are saying number of rows are 2, number of columns are also 2. So, number of row equals to number of columns. Therefore, it is a square matrix of order 2 by 2. Similarly, next example, if it is A is equals to 3, 0, 0, 2, 1, 1, 0, 2, 3. So, in this also we are saying number of rows here are 3, number of columns are also 3. So, number of rows equals to number of columns. Therefore, it is a square matrix. So, number of rows, both the rows and numbers should be equal here. So, order in that we will be saying same number. So, that is the square matrix. It is called as a square matrix. Yes. Next, we are going to understand about the diagonal matrix. What is diagonal matrix? It is a square matrix first. It should be square matrix. In that, if the diagonal elements with all non-diagonal elements, what is that non-diagonal? In a square, you all know what is square. All sides are equal. So, like that, if opposite sides if you join, it is going to be diagonal. So, like that, in a matrix, if you take this as a diagonal, leaving this diagonal elements, if all other elements are 0, if all other non-diagonal elements are 0, then it is called as a diagonal matrix. It is called as a diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix. So, again, there are two types of diagonal matrix: principal diagonal matrix and secondary diagonal matrix. So, principal diagonal matrix, if I take example here, A is a given by the matrix 1, 0, 0, 0, 5, 0, 0, 0, minus 2. In this we are saying this is the diagonal element. These are diagonal elements. They are not 0. But leaving this diagonal elements, all elements are 0. And why it is called principal diagonal matrix means the diagonal is from left top of this matrix to the right bottom of the matrix. If it is diagonal is like this, then it is called as a principal diagonal matrix. So let us go for another type of diagonal matrix, that is secondary diagonal matrix. That is A is given by, that is 0, 0, 2, 0, 4, 1, 0, 4, 0 and 3, 0, 0. So here also one more diagonal we are seeing, which is joining these two ends of the matrix, except these elements, the rest all elements are 0. So therefore this is called as a diagonal matrix first, and again in the secondary. Why the secondary means the diagonal is from right top of the matrix to the left bottom of the matrix. So this is running like this, secondary. It is secondary diagonal, it is principal diagonal. We write PD is for the principal diagonal, SD is for secondary diagonal matrix. Remember, only diagonal elements are having the numbers, rest all are 0 elements. Okay, next we are going to understand about the scalar matrix. Scalar, what is scalar? It is a diagonal matrix whose all elements are equal. So it should be first a diagonal matrix. So diagonal matrix means only diagonal is having the elements, rest all are 0. Of order 3 by 3 I am taking here. So see, these are the diagonal elements, they should be equal. If I take here 3, then each diagonal element should be same here. 3, 3, 3. If it is 1, it should be 1 and 1. So these elements should be equal. Then it is called as a scalar matrix. Another example, if you take A is equals to 1 0 0 1. Then it is also a what? Scalar matrix. Diagonal elements are same here. So another example if I take, that is 0 4 4 0. So this is also scalar matrix. The diagonal elements are same here, 4 and 4. Diagonal elements are same. So this is the scalar matrix. Let us go for a next type of matrix, that is unit matrix. Unit means 1. So where is 1 here? We are going to understand. It is a scalar matrix. It should be a first scalar matrix. Means should be diagonal element should be same. Whose all diagonal elements are unity. Whose all diagonal elements are unity. There should be 1. Then it is called as a unit matrix. It is called as a unit matrix. It is denoted by IN, where n is the order of the matrix. Where this n is the order of the matrix. So what is unit matrix? If I take an example here, unit matrix A is equals to 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So it is a unit matrix. It is a unit matrix. Diagonal elements are 1 here. So another example, that is A is equals to 1 0 0 1. So this is also unit matrix. So this diagonal elements are 1. So this is about the unit matrix. Okay. Yes. Now I am going to understand lastly about one more type, that is equality of the matrices. Equal matrices, in other words, if you take the two matrices, that is two matrices are said to be equal. If you are having two matrices, they will be equal. Both the matrices will be equal if and only if. First one, they are of the same order. They should be of the same order. Secondly, the corresponding elements of both the matrices are same. The corresponding elements, what is the corresponding elements? How they should be equal? We will be understanding by taking the following example. If A is equal to 1 3 4 5, 1 3 4 2 if we take, and B is the matrix given by A X Y Z D. These are like this. We have two matrices. Then the matrix A will be equal to the matrix B. If to happen all the matrices as equalizing, what things are necessary? The order of A should be equal to order of B. It is of order 2 by 2. It is also of order 2 by 2. Placing both the order of same. Secondly, the corresponding elements of the both matrices should be same. What is corresponding? Here, first element of this matrix should be first element of this matrix. Like that, if 1 is equal to X, and second element of the first row and second element of the first of this matrix, they should be equal. That is, 3 should be equal to 1. Second row, second element of the first row, second of this matrix, second element of the first of this matrix, they should be same. They should be same. Similar. 4 should be equal to Z. That is, first element of the second row of this matrix, first element of second row of this matrix should be same. That is, 4 should be equal to Z. And 2P, they are the second element of second row, second element of the second row elements. They should be same. 2 should be equal to P. If this happens, we say like this, the corresponding elements of both the matrix, in this manner they should be same. Then we say both the matrix A and B are equal. So, to understand in general, let us take the simple example. What is simple example? In general example I am giving here. I will be writing here. A is equal to A11, A12, A21, A22. This is the element matrix A. B is equal to B11, B12, B21, B22. So here, in short, 1 1, this elements 1 1 indicates it is an element belonging to first row, first column. It is an element belonging to first row, second column. Like this the number what we written here, they indicates like that. So with the help of this, we can easily write A11 should be equals to B11. Similarly, A12 should be equals to B12, and A21 should be equals to B21. A22 should be equals to B22. Corresponding elements should be equals in this manner in general to understand. So, and we say that matrix A will be equals to matrix B. The two things should be satisfied, that is, they should be of the same order and corresponding elements of both the matrices should be same. Okay? Yes. Now, to end this session, I am going to repeat this what all you have studied in today's class. Firstly, what is the matrix, and then order of the matrix, and about the types of matrix. There are mainly I given in the list 7 types of matrices. First one is row matrix, second one is the column matrix, and then square matrix means diagonal matrix, and scalar matrix, unit matrix, and equality of the matrix, etc. About that we have the knowledge today.